Hey, Mission Pro family, welcome to On a Mission. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Emily. I have Melanie and Brian here tonight. It's a full house. How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful myself. Just staying busy, getting merchandise out, getting tickets, trying to revamp websites, all the exciting stuff.
I'm good.
Exciting.
Yeah,
Exciting
I'm
girls.
good. Hey, Ron, how you guys doing? Roberto, how are you being in the chat? Hey, everybody. We're good. If you guys don't know what Brian's talking about, go to missionprowrestling.net. A lot of new merch up. Some of them were exclusive to Bangers only, but we had some extras, so we put them up. Other stuff was exclusive to sponsors and VIPs, but we had extra because I overbought. So we have new stuff on the website as well, which I'm very excited for. I love those Screaming Skull stickers and the pins and everything. So I don't know how long those will last, because as soon as they're gone, and we'll have new designs. So if you guys haven't gotten them, go get them.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to last long. Go to missionprowrestling.net because I saw people already purchase stuff. They're going wild on social media, tagging us in all the things that they're purchasing, because you need new shirts for the upcoming show on May 14th. So you got to go get that. Yeah, so there's also posters. If you were unable to get some show posters from past shows, they're up there as well. And those are some collector's items right there. And awesome Mission Pro stickers. Look, Brian's showing them off
stickers,
there.
I'm trying to figure out how to get on the mic.
Yeah. These are not just stickers, guys, too, but they're also the magnets as well. So they're
magnets,
great.
stickers, T-shirts, pins. We got a bunch of pins. We got circular pins, square pins, red and black NWO style pins.
So the NWO style, the MPW, are made by one of our sponsors, Mass Movement Clothing Company. Those are the MPW pins. Then the shirts that we got that say Mission Pro Wrestling Over Everything was, of course, in collaboration with Wrestling Over Everything. So if you guys haven't been following them, go follow them. They're usually at our shows selling stuff. Big supporters of independent wrestling and independent wrestlers. So we are very excited to do that collab with them. So go check them out. And of course, while you're there on the website, while you're there, might as well go get your tickets. So just so you guys know, our tickets are up for the rest of the year. All of the tickets are up for May 14th, all the way through December 10th. December 10th. After May 14th, we will be June 25th in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. But those tickets are only available through the 90s PopCon in Oklahoma City. So go get your tickets from the 90s PopCon in Oklahoma City to see Mission Pro Wrestling. We will also have a signing table. Veda Scott will be there. Thunder Rosa will be there. We're sending big love to Brittany Nicole because she had dental surgery. So we're hoping she'll be back by June 25th. We're also going to have a star-studded cast, including our champion, Paula Dead. She'll be there. So go get your tickets to the 90s PopCon. Go see us in Oklahoma City. After that, we'll be back to San Antonio on August 20th. So tickets are already available and they're already being sold. Right, Brian? They're already flying out the door for August 20th?
Yeah, we already had tickets sold for August 20th. They even had some sold for September so far because we got all the tickets up for the whole entire year. So I see Mindrunner in the chat. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something for him. I can't remember.
He probably bought merch. He's always on our website.
Yes. Yeah. I loved it. I also, I don't know if everyone saw, but there was not only the announcement of additional hybrid and Salvation Army shows for August 20th, but also the big announcement of our $2,000 donation to the Salvation Army Mission Corps for their boys and girls after school programs, which is incredible. And so thank you all for everyone that saw the show and donated and bought tickets and supported that show. Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And then don't forget, August 20th, you have a second. If you didn't help us out the first time or the second time, August 20th, third time's the charm. So our goal is to fill the gym on August 20th. So that is a very big number and is a very big goal. But as you know, Mission Pro Wrestling always sets big goals for itself. So fill the gym. I'm going to be like MPW #fill the gym.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets. Encourage your friends to buy tickets. Make donations. A lot of good stuff is going to be happening August 20th in San Antonio, Texas for Mission Pro Wrestling and Hybrid School of Wrestling's show. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a great one. And you guys already know that we're going to bring some amazing talent, and Hybrid's going to have their students go out there and graduates and just absolutely kill themselves for you guys. Literally and figuratively.
Literally, yeah. Thank you, everyone, all the sponsors in the chat, and everyone. Mind Runner is also a sponsor for Mission Pro shows. Thank you all for coming every Tuesday and being our big supporters and also helping make our shows happen. So Melanie, I think the way that I'm going to have to fill the August 20th show is it's my birthday party.
That's there you go.
It's my birthday weekend. We're going to make it happen.
And hopefully, we had a sponsor this last time, Quick Fit Foods, who brought in some amazing dishes for the wrestlers. Maybe we'll just have to find some healthy-ish dessert or something for your birthday.
Yeah, like gluten-free, sugar-free, something. We'll figure it out.
Something, we'll figure it out. It's basically fruit, I guess. Brian and I will sneak in a real cake, though. We'll get in trouble. We'll sneak in a real cake.
Not allowed to.
Are you still doing good, Brian, on your
I'm working on it.
Yeah, your fitness journey.
A 0-calorie lemonade I'm drinking right now instead of soda. So
good for you. I'm very proud of you.
Amazing. It's hard. It's hard to
or candy with me right now, so that's a good step.
I'm very proud of you. We're all trying to do better in 2022.
Yeah,
we're all trying. Getting back to the gym, trying to eat a little bit healthier. It helps your mind, your body. It's all very good for you. So taking care of yourself.
Yep.
All very important.
Absolutely.
Oh, Casey Blackrose is in the chat. Can't wait for August 20th. That's a Mission Pro favorite for sponsors right there.
Yeah. We might have a special match just for him.
Oh, will we?
Oh.
Well, now he knows. Now he knows.
He'll figure it out. I got to figure it out first, but yeah, we'll figure something out for him.
Okay, see, that means you're going to die on August 20th. Buy your tickets, guys. See the death of Casey Blackrose at Mission Pro.
Oh, my goodness. That's a little tease right there. We're not sure.
I know. Mind Runner, you can do it. Mind Runner's in this health journey together. We're all in this together, trying to lose 50 pounds, Mind Runner. Jeez, that's a lot. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yes.
Hey, get in on the Thunder Rosa challenge. I think Front Row's in here. He can put in the information, but the winner gets $1,000 by the end of the year. So.
Wow!
Holy moly! Why am I not in this challenge?
How long is that challenge?
I don't think I was supposed to say that, but edit that out. I think that was the private.
Relax, Brian.
Just
relax.
join the Thunder Rosa challenge. Maybe I'll throw in a free T-shirt or something.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I just messed up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Everyone ignore Brian. Ignore Brian.
Yeah. Where's the edit button?
Yeah. No edit button. Sorry. Yeah. So go, guys, get your tickets. The rest of the year is up. So we're doing one other show in San Antonio, and that's going to be December 10th, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
December 10th.
Okay, December 10th, we're doing Silver Bells 2, The Revenge. I don't know.
Revenge of the Silver Bells. Is this like the horror spinoff of Silver Bells 1?
I just feel like it should have been like The Revenge or Silver Bells Strikes Again or something like that. I don't know.
Santa and Mrs. Claus striking again.
I feel I wanted to so bad.
Too long in the chat in the waiting room. I think we ran out of snacks in the waiting room, so we better get in here.
Yeah, we better. Without further ado, Ruthie, I would like to speak to her, please. Calling Miss Ruthie.
I'm excited to speak to Ruthie. Welcome to On a Mission.
Hello.
Sorry, we went off on a tangent, Ruthie.
We're seeing our wild back and forth behind the scenes of Mission Pro here.
No, it was fun seeing it.
Ruthie Jay, how are you doing?
I'm good. How is everyone today?
Good. Everyone's excited to see you, get to know you a little bit more. This is your debut at Mission Pro Wrestling.
I'm excited to debut.
I'm always I'm always interested to know, like, what is it like when Holodead sneaks into your emails or DMs and is like, hey, want to work for Mission Pro? Like, what is your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is I didn't even know she followed me on Instagram. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, that's great. It's crazy because most of the time people have to like request to like message me, but hers went straight to me, and it was like, did I speak to her before? I probably have spoken to her before and just forgot. But it was great to like have her like come and be like, hey, Mission Pro, you should come there. I'm like, okay, this is where I have to be. This is a great place. I want to be there. And it was like, I never thought she would come like to me. I'm like, wow, that was, maybe I spoke to her before. I never remembered, but it was really cool that she reached out to me. I was like, wow, I don't really know her that well. So I'm glad I would probably get to know her now, because I don't know what position she has at Mission Pro, but she is probably a main person there.
She's a supreme dictator.
Yes.
She's the supreme dictator at Mission Pro. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm gonna get to know her now.
Yeah, you'll definitely get to know her. So you've been like, Mission Pro is like the place to be for women in wrestling. And so how did you feel when you got that message, and have you been watching Mission Pro the last year as we've evolved and grown, and what's been like your thing you've been keeping an eye
on? Like you said, I did know it's the place to be. I did see some of the things on Instagram, I have, and on Twitter as well. So I have seen the promotion, I have kept up with it. I saw that I saw when Holiday became the champion. I was like, oh, that would be so cool if I got to face her. And then sure enough, she actually messages me. I'm like, oh, maybe it's coming true. Maybe it's coming true. But yeah, I have been keeping up with the product.
I can't believe you actually want to face Holiday. Holiday, if I were ever a wrestler, I think she's on my do not wrestle list. I mean, anybody who comes out to the ring with a bayonet, I feel like I would be in trouble. But man, some of you girls, you want to run headlong straight into trouble with Holiday.
I love it.
Like she looks like somebody that would be like a fun crazy. I don't know how to explain it.
Brian shaking his head.
Just the crazy part. Just the crazy part.
But a fun one. I don't know how to explain it. But I am excited to go and meet her.
Your trainer is Gangrel, right?
Yes, Gangrel.
So there is a common theme, because not Thunder Rosa, Holiday was also trained by Gangrel. So there might be that connection there that, maybe she talked to the trainer and was like, send me some good ones. And, that might have been that.
No, I have met her before. Let me correct myself. I am aware that she was trained by Gangrel, because before Gangrel did have a school, and she came to the school one time to wrestle at one of the events at a casino show, and I met her there. But that was the one and only time I actually met her. So that was so long ago. That was probably when I probably did message her before, because that was the only time I met her before that. And then after that, I never met her again or like heard from her again. So it's cool that I'm keeping up with the product now. I saw it, I thought it, and I was like, it's happening.
You like manifested it.
Yeah. When you go into like a new promotion, even though you've been watching Mission Pro, do you still go and you have to do you do any homework? Do you do any research before going into somewhere new?
Most of the time I do. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't, but I should, because you should always try to come in where you're going with like awareness. But I try for the most part. I already knew about Mission Pro, so I knew about it and how it was a women's promotion. I was like, I want to go there. It's so cool. That's only women. But I do keep up with most of the independent promotions too, to see where I want to wrestle, where it's a good venue, where it looks like a good crowd, or a place that, has a good vibe where I can grow as a wrestler and not stay stagnant.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's so important to learn how to grow, and, especially as a wrestler, like you've also done other things like ring announce, and like talk about that journey, and like, how do you become a well-rounded person in this industry, not only wrestling, but behind the scenes?
Listen, All you have to do is listen. Literally, you could just not say a word. You'll learn so much just by listening. Like most of the time, I come in there. I'm not even gonna lie. We all have bad days. Sometimes when you have a bad day, you don't want to talk. Those are the days I learn the most because I don't want to talk. I just listen. So it's like the best way I could tell you to learn most of the craft in anything, but mostly wrestling, is just listening, because people will talk because everyone is talking. It's just what are you listening to?
Right. What do you think has been your biggest takeaway? Like, what has been the best advice you've gotten to get you this far?
Wrestling's a whore. It loves everyone but you. That is the best advice I have ever gotten this far, because like sometimes you feel like you deserve it. You're better than this person. I love it so much, but it doesn't love me. What does it make it? A whore.
Well,
I love it.
Definitely, I have heard that before.
It
Right.
is like,
or you
Is that a
couldn't
new
care.
t-shirt?
Yeah.
Is that a new t-shirt? I feel like that's merch alert right there. That should be on some kind of merch.
I really think it should be. It should be.
It definitely should.
It should be on the back of a t-shirt. It should definitely be on the back of a t-shirt.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I love it. Okay, so you're coming into Mission Pro. Is this going to be your debut in Texas? Obviously not. It's your debut in Mission Pro, but what about Texas?
Yes. I've never done a match in Texas at all. This is my first time actually wrestling out of state, so I'm very appreciative of the opportunity that Mission Pro is giving me. So for the most part, I know I'm not nervous about what I'm doing when I get in there. I'm just nervous about everything else in between. Once I get into the ring, I'm comfortable. But everything else in between makes me anxious. I have anxiety. Meeting all the new people, going to the airport. This is all for the first time, so that's giving me anxiety. Okay. But once I get into the ring, I'm comfortable. But then again, that's the part that, I'm used to, getting in the ring and do what I do once the bell rings. But my first time traveling out of state to wrestle is going to be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, know that like Mission Pro, like all the ladies a part of the show, in the ring, behind the scenes, are super supportive. Yeah. We're one big family. We have people coming from all over that it might be their first trip. They might have had a long road trip. Like, we all are here to support each other. So we'll be there for you. We'll make sure you're all comfortable.
Yes, exactly.
But like, is there like, I know it can be, like you said, there's anxiety that's attached to not, all of the elements and details that go into traveling for a show. You got to go to the airport. You got to get in the car. Is there a way that like you're finding a way to like be zen before you head into that adventure?
I try not to think about it, honestly. I try to think about the bigger picture. I'm like, I go places all the time. I know this is the first time I'm going somewhere to do something like this. That's what's in my head, but I need to get that thought out of my mind. I'm just going somewhere to do something. It's just the thought of doing all of that for the first time is what's getting my mind, anxiety. But it's just in your mind. Once you do it, you'll do it again, and you'll do it again, you'll do it again. But it's just the thought of doing it for the first time that's giving me anxiety.
Now, Ruthie, where are you originally from? I should probably ask that better.
Oh, I'm originally from Haiti.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. I was noticing the accent, but that's why I wanted to ask. Now, what made you come over here? Was it wrestling?
No, it was definitely not wrestling. it was definitely not wrestling. I came over here when I was 4, actually.
Oh, okay.
So it was not by choice.
Not by choice, no.
Not by choice. I don't think 4-year-olds can choose what country they live in. So, yeah. I came here when I was very young, learned the language, stayed here. I lived in Fort Lauderdale my whole life. So I basically lived in Fort Lauderdale my whole life. And then I moved to Miami for college, and I stayed in Miami since.
And you gravitated towards wrestling. I love it. But what was your family's thought? You're like, when you started training?
I didn't tell my mom until like I had like my 3rd or 4th match. I just
the-
invited her.
Yeah.
I just invited her to a
theme.
wrestling show.
Common.
I
That
just
seems to
invited
be
her
a
to
common
wrestling
thread,
show.
especially in Latino households.
So
Don't
you
tell them
invited
until you don't tell them until you've had that match, because you know we
rip off the band-aid a little bit.
yeah, I mean, growing up as I'm Mexican American, just knowing that how conservative families can be from, you know, certain places, it's hard, but I love the fact that you went out there and you did it. But I love it that it was when they first went to that match, even though it was your third match, what was the comments, what was the atmosphere like in the house after that?
After that, okay, so I don't live with my mother anymore. So I
Okay.
moved out to live in Miami, but she didn't know that I was a wrestler. So we just invited her to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And so the announcer, of course, announces, you know, residing in Miami, Florida, that she's the gold standard, Ruthie Jay, all of that, right? And so I come out of the curtain, right, doing my little entrance, whatever. I come in through the steps. I'm coming in. The announcer announces my name. My mom still doesn't think it's me. It's like she was just like she was just like so lost, oblivious to the fact that it's me. My sister had to tell her that's Ruth, and she was literally like, "What?" She didn't know it was me until my sister said it was me, because she was like in disbelief. I'm like, "You don't know what I look like?"
I mean, so like after that moment when your mom finally like it all soaked in, what was her reaction? Was she like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever," or like was there hesitation?
There was hesitation at first because she saw me take a few bumps and she was like, "Oh my God, my daughter's getting hurt." But fortunately, I did win that match. So she was like, "Oh my gosh, you won the match!"
The vibe changes when you win, right?
Right.
Definitely.
So I have a question. Who is Ruthie Jay, and what are the fans expecting to see at Mission Pro Wrestling?
Okay, Ruthie J is the embodiment of someone that knows she is the standard, the bar, that embodies someone that knows she's better than everyone that is below her because she works hard for it and she doesn't flaunt it unless somebody deserves it. Ruthie J is the embodiment of Ruth, who I am. I feel like I try to be better than I set the bar for myself and try to go beyond that. So that's why I say I'm the gold standard. So when I come to Mission Pro and I debut, people are going to see me. They're going to see this girl. Oh, she might be a little strong. She has a little muscle to her. But when I get into the ring, they see my agility, my athleticism. They aren't expecting that because I look like I'm a soft little princess. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. I look sweet, but not everything can be sweet.
Oh.
No.
You'll probably get along just well with Jasmine Allure then.
Oh no.
Top tier. Top tier Jasmine Allure
Gold
and
standard, you know.
gold standard.
The gold
No.
standard. I like that.
We're
The top
keeping them
tier
apart.
standard. The top tier
no.
standard.
Oh no.
We gotta
Brian,
keep them
you started
apart.
something. So you have your, heading into May 14th, Don't Stop Me Now. We have, you have your debut, but you also have your match against Mighty Myra that was announced. So how are you kind of like preparing and kind of getting in the mindset, bringing that gold standard to Mission Pro?
For one, I followed her on Instagram to see her video. I followed her on Instagram to see her videos, to see like how she does her thing in the ring. And I was like, wow, she's good. She's really good. I was like, I'm excited. I was like, I can see where we could go with this. Like maybe we could do, we could go toe for toe here.
The last time she was at Mission Pro, she got her butt handed to her by Thunder Rosa. So she's got some ground to make up for. So she's coming in a little bit of a maybe a little chip on her shoulder. She's got to save face a little bit in front of the Mission Pro fans. So I would just say watch out. But I love this East Coast, West Coast mashup because, she's San Francisco. Cool. So, of course, you're Florida. So this is a East Coast, West Coast mashup. It's happening on neutral territory in Texas.
Yeah, in the middle ground. Common ground here.
I didn't even think of it like that. Wow, that's actually pretty cool to think of.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
I think
she's got that Mighty Myra Emmerich. I don't know if she took over for like Mighty Mouse, but don't underestimate her size and her looks because she's proven that Mission Pro. She's a little tough one.
Yeah.
I'm the last person to tell anybody about size. But now I'm even more excited. Now I'm even more hyped to see, like, this is my first time facing her. I love facing new opponents because, get to feel them out first and then see what it's really about when it's time to go. And I'm going to be in Texas for the first time. This is my first time at a new promotion. I'm going to be going.
Absolutely. Mindrunner is asking, is following someone on Instagram the new tape study? Is that what is that really?
Yeah,
you follow them on social media?
It's the new stalker culture too. Because once you unfollow somebody on Instagram, people are like, oh, they're not friends anymore. Oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
Following people and unfollowing people is the new friend status. You ever seen like that movie Unfriended?
Yeah.
It's the new status.
I love it. And then Mindrunner had another question. He was asked, oh, sorry, not Mindrunner. Berto had a question earlier. He wanted to know, have you always been drawn to athletics? And if you have, like, what is your other, sport of choice?
I danced for 7 years.
Okay.
Before I danced in middle school, all throughout high school. So that really helped me a lot when it came to wrestling because wrestling is like violent dancing. So
absolutely.
Violent dancing. I love that. And you have to kind of like, you kind of have to like really have coordination and know, like, you have to have rhythm a little bit, right?
You have to have footwork. And
exactly.
That it came kind of easier to me because of dance, because everything with dance was footwork.
Right.
So I appreciate that because I danced for 7 years. So I got it a little bit quicker than a lot of people. So I'm grateful for that because I feel like majority of the things that I've done in my life has prepared me to do what I do now, which is wrestle, like the sports that I did, the things that I performed in, to be able to be dramatic, to be able to be a character, to draw out me and somebody else. I feel like that's important in wrestling because it's not about moves all the time. So I feel like that's something people are also going to see when I debut at Mission Pro.
I'm curious to know how our fans, I mean, they love interaction, you yelling at them, whether it's good or bad, they love to be yelled at and stuff. Like, what is your fan interaction has been in the past, or what can we expect, I guess, to do at Mission Pro? Like, do you thrive off it? You tune them out? Do you like whatever? Like what?
I usually chew them out. I yell at them and I usually yell at my opponent. And when I do something and I know it looked good, I usually yell out, "That's right."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's right." And it's funny because when I get hit and something goes wrong, somebody always yell out, "That's wrong." So I just started doing that recently and it actually started catching on. So that might just be on a t-shirt. That's right.
Yeah. I like
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Mission Pro fans, they bring everything. They bring signs, they bring merchandise. Some fans even bring weapons for wrestlers to bring to the ring, aka holiday brand stuff. So you never know. Mission Pro fans deliver us candy for the locker room, like so much stuff. So like, how have you built like your fan base, and how do you connect with fans as Ruthie Jay?
I try to connect with them like on social media as much as I can, even though I'm not on social media as much as I should be, because like social media can get very toxic. But it's like, you have to do it because you have to, connect with people and show people who you are, because there's so many other people doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I try to connect with them the simple way of just like trying to like, if they comment on something on social media, I try to reply, in a nice way, like thank you. Or like I try to, like, even if they buy some merch, I send like a merchandise item. I have a little note saying thank you so much, signed Ruthie Jay, and then I send it out. Simple things like that.
Yeah.
Because like people don't really do like things like that. They just send out the mail and just say, here you go. But I just try to leave a note like say thank you, and then I just send it off.
Yeah, personal touches just to let them know that you thank you.
Yeah.
Now you made me feel bad.
Brian, you're not writing.
No thank yous or nothing.
You're a terrible person. Society.
All of a sudden, Brian's gonna be like handwriting notes, getting them in.
No, he'll ask me, Melanie, can you handwrite a note for me?
Yeah. We need to get him a stamp. Like he just needs to do a stamp.
Nice little stamp. It says thank you.
So I would, I would love to hear from you, like your journey in wrestling and where you've seen women's wrestling evolved, because it's changed the last few years in a good way, where we've seen more representation, we've seen more diversity. And so from your perspective, how has it changed in your journey and where do you see it going?
During my time, I believe I've been doing this for like 2 years now. So 2 years. I've seen a lot of change in how they advertise the women and how they show the women. There's more diversity now than ever, I guess, in what you see in like the programming when it comes to wrestling. Yeah. I still feel like there's a long way to go, but it's in the right direction for now. But for women's wrestling to have women main event and do all these things that I never thought was possible 10 years ago, and for me to see it and actually try to and be an active part of doing something that's so monumental, I think it's so cool, because 10 years ago, I didn't feel like this was possible. I feel like I'm living in like a great era to be a women's wrestler because it's being taken seriously. Like, I'm glad, I'm lucky, I'm fortunate enough to be living, like doing something when it's taken seriously. Like, I'm very lucky.
Absolutely. We're also lucky to have fans like at Mission Pro who support us like 100%. It's not, we've heard Holiday before and Thunder Rosa say, women's wrestling, we sell tickets, we put butts in seats, we main event, we are the show. We're not the popcorn match, we're not the bathroom break. And I think every single time at Mission Pro, they've proven that over and over again. And I think just the fact that Mission Pro has always tried our best to sell out the house, to us pretty much selling it out every single time, is proof that other promotions and promoters maybe should start looking at women's wrestling seriously, because I mean, if I think the women in our locker room have proven that it's serious business and they can deliver, which I absolutely love, especially like at Bangers Only when we were part of the GCW collective, the only all women's promotion there. And to have people come out and support and to be on Fight TV is just crazy. I never thought we'd be there at that moment. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, we're at the collective. We're sandwiched between like Evie's Big Gay Brunch and, I forgot what was on the other side, Glory Pro or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. So, it was a huge moment. Yeah.
It was a big moment. I think we all, at the time we were putting it on and stuff like that, we didn't take a breath, but afterwards we all took a breath and we're like, damn, we just did that.
Yeah.
And I think you're right that this is just a great moment in women's wrestling. And I think from here we can only get better and to keep it moving forward as opposed to going backwards, because I don't think there's ever going back now.
No.
I don't think we should let it.
I think there's too many people that won't, like, we're not going to let that happen, right? No. We're going to have more producers. We're going to have more writers. We're going to have more camera ops. We're going to have more directors. We're going to have more, just all well-rounded, all more women just involved in the show as a whole. And we just have to keep pushing for that,
Yeah. And then your experience, Ruthie, like just in traveling and stuff like that, have you noticed like locker rooms starting to change as you moved from one promotion to another?
I mean, for the most part, since I've been wrestling mostly in Florida, I've seen
Mhm.
mostly the same people.
Okay.
Sometimes it changes, depending on where I go in Florida, but for the most part, I've been noticing like some of the same people at the same locker rooms that I've been at.
Mhm.
Florida is very small. It's really long when it comes to a state, but when it comes to wrestling,
Right.
it's a very tight, small circuit of wrestlers,
Mhm.
especially female wrestlers, because I don't think there's a lot of female wrestlers in Florida.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, there's like Florida is a hub in some ways for women's wrestling. But so you mentioned you're 2 years in or so
Yes.
into wrestling, and so what 2 years in, you're still pretty new, and so who has been like your support system and the people that have been supporting you, fellow wrestlers and women that have helped kind of uplift you and kind of helped guide your path a little bit.
Definitely my coach Gangrel has helped me a lot in navigating where I go, like what I do, how I act backstage, and like how to navigate through different things. He's definitely helped me a lot besides just coaching me and telling me how to wrestle. I would say that. Besides that, some of the few people that I become close with at the first place we trained at, which was Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum when we still were training there. We were like a big family over there, so a lot of the people were very supportive. I wouldn't say anybody. Some people I was closer to than others, but for the most part, we were a big family when we were over there. I would say that was pretty much the best part about the wrestling experience, learning, because you can never get that time back. Once you learn, it's done. But it was a fun experience, and I don't think that time felt miserable. But now that I'm looking back at it, it was probably the best time I've ever had. Like I didn't have to think about matches yet. I just had to think about learning how to do a roll or a bump.
Yeah.
It was just like it was so simple. Like, and I did it so fast. I did it so quick. I was just like, like I'm a little protege. No, it was fun. It was simple. It was interesting because it was like testing my limits. Like, do I really want to be a wrestler? It was like a TV show. It was like real life Tough Enough in my head.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people come into a wrestling school not realizing just how tough it is emotionally, mentally, and physically. The physical part sometimes is the easiest one to overcome because, yes, you're pushing yourself to do your best condition you're in and the roles and stuff like that. But mentally, are you prepared for all the training you're getting yourself into?
That's the part though. Once you learn the training, once you learn the moves, everybody can learn the moves. Everybody can learn the flips. Everybody can learn the bumps, but not everybody can learn everything that comes after that. The storytelling, how to not just work, but how to carry yourself backstage, how to carry yourself with fans. There's so many other things that comes with just wrestling. So I'm grateful that my coach Gangrel, like he taught us a lot about wrestling, but he also taught us a lot about the other things that comes along with wrestling.
Absolutely. And you say you're 2 years in, so you started right around a time COVID hit as well. Is that correct?
So no, I started 2019. Oh, so 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years. There you go. So yeah. So okay. So
I started before COVID. I was like, wait,
last time. It's okay.
Yeah,
I did. I'm sorry. 2020 and 2021 felt like the same year.
Yes, exactly. I think a lot of people feel like that. It kind of meshed together, or like it just doesn't count.
It doesn't count. We're all a little bit younger.
So what happens? You're in 2019, you start wrestling, you're training, you start wrestling. 2020 hits, the pandemic hits, things kind of shut down. It was especially hard, I think, in Texas and Florida started opening up a little bit faster than a lot of the other states. But at the same time, did you continue to train like in your home and places, or were you just like, okay, I'm gonna step back?
We were out of the training facility for like 3 months, I believe.
Okay.
And then after that, we just started having private sessions because we couldn't do all of that COVID stuff to many people. And like, if you get the COVID test, whatever, you're good. Back then everybody didn't know how it worked like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like private. So it wasn't too many people. But it was still pretty. It was actually a blessing in disguise because it was one-on-one. It was private. So it was like I got all the attention I needed from my coach to do what I needed to do. Because when you're at training and there's a lot of other people, he has to look at everybody else. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise because then I got quicker, a lot better. Because like I needed the training one-on-one because then he could see all the mistakes that I made and he could just focus on me. So it was a small blessing in disguise because I wasn't ready for matches yet. Yeah. I was about 6 months into training. So it was a small setback, but then the setback actually made it a better come up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you didn't have to pay extra for the one-on-one training. You got that extra time in the gym with your coach. I mean, that actually sounds like an absolute blessing. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who would actually want that.
I mean, that's amazing to have like that one-on-one personalized training. I mean, so it was 6 months in. How long was it till you had your first match? Because of COVID, it might have messed things up a bit.
And my ankle was sprained. I got my ankle sprained.
Oh no!
I was out for 1 month, and then I had to retrain again because my ankle was sprained. So that was another 2 months. Let me see. I had my first match. I started wrestling September 2019. I didn't have my first match until October 2020. So a year and a month. A year and a month.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, so I heard that like you as a kid you watched like The Undertaker and like you were a fan of like Trish Stratus and all of these like idols, right, in wrestling.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that like you watch that as you were like getting ready for your first match that inspired you either for your character or as you were heading into like that psychology of a match?
Honestly, for my first match, I was just so nervous. I wasn't thinking about anybody else but me and what I was gonna do out there. I wasn't thinking about who I was gonna embody until like further on when I started to think about my entrance and like what I'm gonna do. Because my first match, all I'm thinking about is getting the moves right. Like, I don't want to botch anything. But
you're like, I have so much going on.
Oh my god, I just didn't want to botch anything. Like I knew that wasn't it. But once I got more comfortable, I just thought about my entrance and I thought about my entrance kind of embodies Sasha Banks a little bit. And then when I do my spin, I do it because I always liked when Kurt Angle did the spin when he got into the ring. So, and then I also do the spin I do in the front of the entrance because I always liked it when Chris Jericho had his arms out when he came out on his entrance. So my entrance is like the embodiment of 3 people.
Nice.
I love it.
And when you do tape studies, when you're doing, I think a lot of people don't realize that, and I've said this before, that even though you're a graduate, you're working and stuff like that, you still do tape studies, you're still training. But when you're training, when you're doing tape studies, who do you like? What's the first person you go to see how they're doing it or how it goes?
I usually watch old episodes of like the early 2000s era, but most of the time I don't try to find a specific person. I usually see what pops up, but for the most part, what the people that I usually watch in their matches would have to be, I do watch a lot of Edge matches because I like his psychology.
Yeah.
When I see another, else do I click on? I do watch a lot of Kurt Angle matches because I like his technical style and how he transitions. I like how he's transitions. And I watch a lot of Shawn Michaels matches because I like the selling. Right? When I think of selling, I usually think of Shawn Michaels. So when you see me do something dramatic, and I'm always thinking that's something Shawn would do. Like one time, Kylan gave me this super duper suplex, and I literally flopped like a fish. I was like, Shawn Michaels would be proud.
Yeah, I was going to say yes.
Do you have like a sticker? Do you have a sticker that says what would Shawn do?
I love it. I always think of him taking the stunner too when he's like just flopping around. He's like, I think he's the one who fell out of the ring one time when he took the stunner. Yeah, I love Shawn Michaels. That dude can sell.
I have a question, a two-part question. What is your most memorable match as of today that you've had? And then what match are you looking forward to most in the future? Like on the indies. I'm not talking like on the, WrestleMania main event or anything like that. Not yet.
Memorable. I'm trying to think. I would say I don't even know. Like I liked all my matches, but to say like they were memorable, I wouldn't say that. Like I wouldn't be saying I don't know. I'm my worst critic. For me to say like I have a memorable match, I would be lying to you right now because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
If
I
had an answer,
Dark, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
You did get to wrestle on AW Dark, right?
Yeah.
Sky Blue, right?
I mean, that might have been at least an experience that, like the overwhelming experience that, you're wrestling in front of a big crowd, the cameras are on, even if it was a 2 to 3 minute match or something like that, it still could have been the overall experience,
I did enjoy the experience. The crowd was great. Backstage, the people were nice. But for me to think about memorable, I would say that it will be memorable for the experience and everything about it. But for me to think about the answer to that question, I would be lying to you because if I would have to answer it right away, be like, oh, it was that match. And I had to think about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, is there an opponent that stands out to you as like either your favorite that you've faced in the ring or?
I have a few. For sure, I do like going against Kylan. She is fun to work with because she is so strong. I could literally die from the other side of the ring and she'll catch me. Kylan, I liked working with Rosa, La Rosa Negra. Like she was fun. She was energy. She was like a ball of energy.
I wish she could say that she was just in the ring, but that's 24/7.
Yeah,
no, all the time. She's like a ball of energy, like a rush, like wow. I loved working with her. That's a match I'm having in the future that I'm looking forward to. So to answer your question, I'm having that match on Saturday, Falls Count Anywhere, and I'm very much looking forward to it because I've never had that type of match before. It's with somebody that can go, and she can go. Oh my God. Oh, she can go.
If there was a bigger phrase than she can go, that would be La Rosa.
Yeah, it's like she can go like times 1,000.
She can go. So that should be fun on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. Prepping up for that currently then my next show. But this one I'm prepping up for sure because I want the crowd to say, "Oh wow, this is an entertaining Falls Count Anywhere's match. It doesn't matter if it's women or a man doing it. It hits the same. It's the same energy."
Yeah. It's gonna be a great match, and I think with you and La Rosa, I think you guys are definitely gonna deliver that kind of match.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think anybody going into the ring with La Rosa, you have to match her energy.
You have to.
Yeah.
She won't take anything less.
Absolutely.
She won't take anything less.
And she'll let you know. She'll push you, and we've seen it time and time and again at Mission Pro. She's pushed opponent after opponent to their limits, and make them, in the end, make them better, whether it's win or lose.
Yes, for sure. I did come out feeling like, wow, that was probably the best match I've had all year. I couldn't ask for more, and I'm gonna get more. And I did ask for more. I could ask for more. Let me change that. I could ask for more, and I'm gonna get more.
So speaking,
Besides, oh, sorry,
oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, besides your match at on May 14th at Mission Pro, what other match are you looking forward to? Because I mean, I'm assuming that a lot of these ladies are gonna be new to you. Like you haven't seen a lot of these ladies live.
No, I have not. I have been to one Mission Pro show before, the one in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
I went to watch it, and I saw some of them in action, but I came late, sadly, but I saw most of them in action. It was good. It was good action from what I saw. I don't think it's the same people wrestling this time. So it's gonna be new people that I'm going to see wrestle and how they work and how their style is. Like, it's fun seeing a different style from what I'm used to, because it's gonna be a completely different world. Like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah. What? Just really quickly, like, who do you think you're going to be going out there and watching, or is there somebody specific you're going to try and watch? Maybe sneak behind the curtain to check them out.
I'm definitely gonna watch Holiday's match for sure.
Okay.
For the most part, I'm gonna try to take a look at everyone's match to see what I can look and take away from, not to steal or anything, but to see like how they work.
Yeah.
Or if I would ever work them in the future, or if I would ever, like, see how everything works with somebody else in a different promotion.
Yeah.
And to meet them as well, because it's courtesy to watch other people wrestle, because I would like them to watch me wrestle.
Right.
How I work.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just watching other people too is a big takeaway, because now for the future, if you ever find yourself in the same locker room as them,
Yeah.
I think that's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah, you have everything kind of in your back pocket, where you're like, well, I saw them at Mission Pro. They might throw these moves around. It just kind of adds to your strategy going into future matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start some of the less serious questions.
Yeah, jump into those. Those are the fun ones.
So we're big on food and snacks at Mission Pro. So either after a match, before. Okay, what is your pre-match snack? And second, is it salty or sweet? Or do you first go for salty or sweet?
I would definitely go for sweet first, but I usually try not to eat before my matches, because I'm a person that gets like nauseous very easily. So if I take a bump wrong, and I'm nauseous, I don't want to feel the food in my stomach.
I get you.
Yeah,
I try not to eat before a match. But for the most part, if I do eat, it would be something sweet, like Kit Kat bar or some gummy worms. Like,
nice.
It'll be something sweet along those lines.
Okay.
We definitely,
Kit Kats or gummy
Kit Kats
worms,
or gummy worms.
That's a big like variety, though.
Yeah, like you can't mix it. I feel like you need to eat it separate.
No, you do. No, it's either or, not and.
Yeah. Okay, good. We got that straight. So Mindrunner, in chat, we always talk about road stories, and a lot of us drive all over. We have wild like travel stories. So have any wild like road trip stories around the Florida circuit?
No, I don't. I feel like most of the time when I go on road trips, I'm asleep.
So you're not the one driving.
Person. You're not the driver.
No,
you're the
I'm definitely that person that says, I'll keep you company in the passenger seat and falls asleep. I am that person. I can't stay awake. There's nothing I can talk to you about for that long that I'm interested in.
Well, now we know to not put you in the front passenger seat for any road trips.
I will fall asleep. I'm the worst. Like, I am the worst. I am the worst passenger ever. I'll fall
Everyone's
asleep.
a different passenger. So another fun question. Would you rather listen to one album forever or watch one movie forever? And which would it be?
It would probably be let me see, one album I'm listening to forever. My ears would bleed. Jesus. I'll probably say watch a movie, because maybe I can try to interpret the movie different ways every time I watch it. So I could always do that.
What movie would it be?
Yeah.
It would have to be a comedy for sure because comedies you can interpret either in a funny way or in a bad way. You can interpret comedies different ways. So it would have to either be Mean Girls or Scary Movie.
Oh my gosh, Scary Movie. I
Oh
love
my
that movie so
goodness.
much.
Those are fun. Those are both pretty fun movies.
Yeah.
So are you binge watching any TV shows right now?
I was okay, let me see. What was the last show I even binge watched? Probably that show that everybody else watched about the game. Squid Games was probably the last show I binge watched because everybody else was watching it and I wanted to be part of the group too. I just wanted to see what the tweets were about. Like I was on Twitter and all I saw was Squid Games. I'm like, okay, I give in. I watch the show. Now it's Euphoria, but I'm not giving in. I'm not giving in this time.
I haven't started that. I haven't started Euphoria yet. That might be too much for me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to go back.
What is like something that like it's like a little bit of a guilty pleasure, whether it's food or a cartoon or something? What is a guilty pleasure that you're just like, okay, I'll keep this to myself, but even though we're gonna say it right now in front of everybody,
Giving it away.
Okay, so let me think. I can't think of one that's like PG. Let me think.
oh my goodness. You can tell me May 14th. I want to know now.
Yeah, I was like, we can save it for another time. Let's just leave that as our cliffhanger. We'll leave it as a cliffhanger.
I would say, I guess, listening to like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a guilty pleasure.
Oh,
like,
tell me. Now you got to say
it. Listening to sad breakup songs when I'm having a bad day.
No, that is a guilty pleasure. I love it.
That's
I
so
had
like
somebody-
cathartic. You need to
Yeah.
do that. You know, you got to have a good cry. Okay.
I look so ugly when I cry. It's not okay.
I had somebody say listen to country music when they were very much a hip hop and rock person, but their guilty pleasure was very secretive, was country music, but I couldn't say who it was. I was like, I wouldn't have guessed it, but yeah, I love it. Sad songs.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
No,
you're
you're
not
not
alone.
alone.
I mean, so we've talked a lot about like our kind of like pre-show music, right? Like the music that gets us in the zone. Do you have a song that gets you like in the headspace to go out past that curtain?
I mean, for the most part, I usually play my theme song, "Feeling Myself" by Beyonce. No, by Nicki Minaj featuring Beyonce. Like, because that's the song I go out to. So that's the song I get myself hyped to because I already know what I'm gonna do when I go. Once I'm in the zone for the entrance, I'm in the zone for the match.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the secret.
Yeah.
That's the secret. Once you're in the zone for the entrance, you're in the zone for the match. You flick off like Ruth. It's Ruthie Jay now.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it.
What about when you're in the gym? What's in the earphones? I'm curious. We've heard everything
God.
from hip hop and techno to like I forgot who it was who said they actually listen to sad breakup songs in the gym and that motivates them.
Yeah.
So it's run the gamut. So I'm curious. What's in your headphones?
I usually listen to like repetitive rap songs because then it helps me do like sets.
Okay.
Like dumb songs like Gucci Gang because it's so repetitive. It helps me do sets like Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. like it's so repetitive. I'm like, okay, like it helps me like get into the mind of doing something because it's so repetitive.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that makes sense, but
It
like
does.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you ready.
it does because you're repeating something over and over again. So when like the words are repeating, it's like you're just doing it. It becomes background music, like when the TV becomes background like music.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I know that song, but like Brian and I, our hip hop stopped like in the 2000s, in like 2010, I think, right, Brian?
90s.
Oh, okay, you're 90s. Okay, mine went a little bit further. But I think
Um,
anything past 2010, I think we're
Yeah.
still catching up and oblivious to.
either that, like hip hop songs like that, like with Future, Migos, like repetitive songs that repeats the same thing over and over again, and or I listen to like rock songs that are just like super early 2000s that you'll probably find on like a 2K game or like
Okay.
a WWE pay-per-view, because it's like it gets you in the zone, like you're in that era. And I'm like, bro, that era was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty fun because everybody felt so real. Everybody feels different. Now everybody feels like the same person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I have to ask this question in the chat. If you could choose any artist to create your custom entrance music, who would it be and why?
It has to be Nicki Minaj. Because she's the queen of rap. She raps my song.
Yeah.
She rapped the song for Victoria. I ain't the lady to mess with. Woo! I need her to rap for me. Like that was before she was the Nicki we know now. But like the Nicki we know now, like if she raps a song for me, it's the best. I don't care. It's the best song there. Like it's the best theme song. Sorry, Snoop Dogg. It's the best theme song.
Well, I love it. Let's put it out in the universe, and let's one day, that could happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
I hope she watches.
I know.
Oh.
Everybody clip it and send it to and tag Nicki Minaj on it.
Tag. Yeah.
Clip it and tag it. Well, Ruthie Jay, thank you so much for joining us live on a mission with me, Brian, and Emily. We've hit our hour, so we will let you go. But before we do, can you tell everybody where to find you on all the socials?
Yes. You can find me on Instagram at Ruthie, RUTH with an IE _all_smiles. But you can just put in Ruthie J and you'll find me. You can find me on Twitter at Superior Queen, Queen with a W, QWEEN. I know. It's original. So Twitter, Superior Queen. Facebook, same thing, Ruthie J. You'll be able to find me. I think I hit every checkpoint.
Awesome.
Amazing.
And then will you be bringing merch?
Yeah.
Yes, I have shirts, pins, pictures, and cartoon pictures for all my fans. Once I get to Texas, they'll be able to purchase. And I hope they like all of the shirts that I bring. It has my face on it, so they better like it.
Yes, they will. Bring all the merch because it's a Mission Pro merchandise mania during intermission and after the show. Everyone loves to buy stuff, so bring it out, and they'll support you.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Ruthie, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you on May 14th. We're super excited.
Same here. See you then. See you May 14th.
There you go. See you May 14th. Good night, Ruthie.
Good night, Ruthie.
Good night.
And good night to everybody, too. Don't forget, get your tickets, missionprowrestling.net. They are available from now till the end of the year. Go fill your stocking with tickets.
And remember, sponsorships are available for the May 14th show. Email missionprowrestling@gmail.com. I believe, Melanie, there's a few wrestlers still available, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, absolutely.
And then
Ruthie Jay is still available to sponsor David Ali. If you guys don't know David, he was with us in North Carolina. Big talent, big up-and-comer. He's going to blow the scene even bigger this next year because he's an amazing talent. And I believe we still have one or two ladies left, but mostly everybody has been sponsored. But go please get everybody sponsored for the May 14th show. Some people have asked, where does the money go? The money goes to basically them. It goes for their flights. It goes for food. It goes for incidentals. And it helps out Mission Pro as well. So everything that you donate for sponsorship and everything you donate just to Mission Pro all gets used to bring you guys bigger and better shows and bring talent to Texas. And hopefully one day get out of Texas again. Right, Brian?
Oh, yeah. Well, we do have June 25th in Oklahoma. So
That's true.
That's right.
This is a
June
nice
25th.
little drive.
Back to Oklahoma we go. Oklahoma City this time. So
amazing. Yeah. And then you can also not only sponsor wrestlers, but you can sponsor matches as well. So a lot of there are some matches that are already sponsored, but if you're interested, if you love two of the athletes in the match, sponsor that, and that goes to them as well. And then you can sponsor the show as well. So, go email and, learn all about not only May 14th sponsorships, but the rest of the year, because those dates are up on the Mission Pro website.
absolutely. Everything is up. Go get your tickets. Go check it out. If you're on Facebook, you can go to Mission Pro Wrestling, and you have all the event pages there, the event portals. Check it out and find out all the information.
Yeah, perfect. Well,
a lot of new merch out too.
Yeah, tons of new merch. Brian has been working diligently getting all that out. You can see a little bit behind you. He showed some pins and fun stickers earlier. So go check out missionprowrestling.net, the merch store. It has it all. I was scoping it out earlier today.
Absolutely.
All right, Melanie, where can people find you?
Guys, you can find me right there on Facebook at TCBTX-Melanie. You can also find me on Instagram at TCBTX_photography.
Awesome. And Brian doesn't want anyone to follow him, but you can go follow him if you want. But follow Mission.
You can follow me on missionprowrestling.net. Buy the merch, and I'll send you a letter.
There you go.
Get a customized letter from Brian when you go to the Mission Pro website. Remember, subscribe, follow, like Mission Pro Wrestling on all our social platforms. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. There's amazing content that we're going to continue to put out more and more. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know when a new video comes out. I'm Emily May. You can follow me if you'd like. Thank you all so much for joining us every Tuesday. We're going to have some special guests leading up to the May 14th show, Don't Stop Me Now, and you don't want to miss it. So remember, save those Tuesday nights for On a Mission. Thank you both so much for joining, and thank you everyone in the chat, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everyone.
Good night.